Hello, welcome to Just Prime. As part of this video, we are going to see how to use Jupyter Notebook, right? So before starting this thing, so as for the previous video, we have discussed about how to install the Jupyter Notebook in Windows. So I will recommend you to see the first that one in case if you have not visited that one. Okay, so let's get started. So how to use Jupyter Notebook. So to start the Jupyter Notebook, as per the previous video, we have already seen it, but let me tell you one more time so how we are going to start it. Say for instance, now you want to start the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, let me create a folder. So any a specific director, so you can create a folder, but we have already seen as part of the previous video this step, but I'm just trying to repeat it. So you can create a folder, and inside that you can open a command window, then you can type Jupyter Notebook. So basically what it will try to open the Jupyter Notebook by starting the server. There is a spelling mistake. So it will start a Jupyter server, and then we can able to see the UI as well. So from that you are trying to see how to use the Jupyter Notebook. So it is trying to start the Jupyter server. So if you see here, so this is the Jupyter Notebook UI. It's running in 8888 port, and then so from here we are going to start using it. So first, to start Jupyter Notebook, you can create one of the new notebook terminal. Yes, and then try to use the whatever the Python to try to display it, select it. So this is the UI, you can see it. So first, to execute any command, we can see here there is a blue color bar. So you can come here, you can type a simple print statement. So this is the simple statement I want to execute it. So you can type print. This is one of the Python statement I am trying to execute in Jupyter Notebook. You can type it here, and then in case if you want to run it here, you have to execute a run command. So then it will display the output, right? So this is one of the statement. So before writing the code directly, we need to write some of the comments. So how we are going to write a comments? So when you are writing the code, if you see here, by default it is selecting here code. When you are writing the comments or headings, so you have to select here as a markdown. So you can see here it's not displaying the this bracket inside. This bracket means how many times this code is running. Say for instance, now it ran one time. If I ran one more time, it will display 2. If I ran one more time, it will display the number of time. But right now this one we selected as a markdown, so that's the reason you are not displaying here bracket number, because it's not a code. So basically so this is the heading part you are trying to write here. First, program to test the Python code, and you can run it and you can see the output. So if you want to edit at any time, you come back here, and again I'm just adding a dot and run it back. So you can see the output. So this is the way you can write the headings by selecting the markdown, and if you select the code, you can able to run the Python code. So this is the two differences, the usage of the code and markdown, right? So this one, as I said here, so how many times you are running this particular line, so that number it will track and it will display it. Okay, so this is one usage. So executing the Python code, headings, and displaying the Python. So next one is, right, so as part of the Python you will be getting lot of inbuilt libraries. So if you want to use any inbuilt libraries, you have to use like inbuilt libraries. There are many, it's available like Python, NumPy, Panda. So there are many inbuilt libraries like NumPy, Panda, Multi, Pilot, Scikit, Len, Bookout. So many libraries are available. So if you want to use any libraries, you can use it. Okay, let me tell you how to use it, one of the inbuilt libraries. So this is import pandas as PD. So this pandas is already available as part of the Jupyter Notebook. We are trying to use it as a PD. So and then you can just run the. So this is the way it is trying to import the pandas. So you can see over here it ran successfully and we can see the output. Now if you want to use the panda, so you can use it. Let me write a simple a program how to use the panda. So let me write a simple data to use it, because pandas is inbuilt library which is available inside the Jupyter Notebook. In case pandas is not available, you have to import it. So how to use that one, that I will show you. So for right now pandas is already available, so I am going to use it. So I'm just trying to create a test data which we can use it for our demo purpose. To name is enough. Next, let me write age. Okay, so these are the simple elements I created for demonstration purpose. So now our data is ready. So how we are going to use the, so this is the separate tutorial, we will take it how to use the pandas, but right now we are just trying to use how to use the pandas in notebook. So now your data frame we are creating, this is the basically a Python pandas library uses, but just try to understand here. Mainly we are trying to see how to use the notebook here. So now your data frame is ready. If you want to print this one, you can print it. Once this is done, then you can try to run it. So you can see here there is a syntax error, it is displaying here. You can put this one into, no, this is basically here. So if you see here we have a two elements over here struct, and we have to give corresponding two elements only, it won't take 2 3. So that is the issue, and comma is missing. Just add and just run it and you can see the data. So name and age, you can able to see the data. This is the way you can use the inbuilt libraries which you can use, and then you can refer that name and you can use it. So this is one of the way to use the inbuilt libraries. There are many libraries available, but we just tried one pandas as one simple example. So how to use it, right? So there are some other shortcuts also is available which we can use it, right? Let's say for instance, if you want to execute one simple expression 1 plus 10, so what is the results? If you want to see it, you just press run, then you can able to see it. So now there are many other shortcuts also it's available. Say for instance, if you want to add one more heading over here, so how to add it? So if you come here, there are some shortcuts are available. If to add one more code executable block over here, you can just type here insert a cell above, so it will open over here. So if you want to add it, a command expression test, but this is a half type markdown. Okay, now run it, so you can see the above one. Say for instance, now if you want to add one more line over here, you can just select here. So you can add it here, final result. So, and this is a of type markdown. So run it, you can see what over here. Now say for instance, if you want to move this one a little next line, so you can select this one, move it, it will come down here, and this will be empty. Again, if you want to move this one to upside, you can just select. So this is the way you can add new cells, and you can move the cells up down and add the cells up and down. And say for instance, if you don't want this cell at any time, you have a delete option, you can delete it. So this is the way you can delete the cells, add cells up and down, and move the cells up and down. And similarly, if you want to duplicate this one example, so you can select it, you can make it as a duplicate, and then you can come back here and then add it, use it, and run it. So this is the way you can add the multiple cells, duplicate cells, moving up and down. So very useful, these commands and all, right? So these are some of the shortcuts you can use it as part of the basic Jupyter Notebook usage, right? Adding new cells, running simple Python program, and adding headers, and using inbuilt libraries. And say for instance, now example, let me give one more example. Say if you can see here, there is a Python is already, pandas is already available, you used it. In case if there are some libraries which is not available, if you want to import that particular library, so how we are going to import it? So to import libraries, what we have seen it as part of the previous videos, we have to use the pip command. So you can use here pip, and then followed by install. Say for instance, now OpenAI by default it's not available inside your Jupyter Notebook. If you want to install this one, so then you can type pip install, and which is the library you are trying to install it, and then press run. So it will take some time to download all the OpenAI related libraries, and then it will display the command. So if you see here, it's in my case it's already available. In case if it is not there, it will it's download, but this is the command you can use it, pip install OpenAI. It will try to download all related libraries from the internet, and it will copy into in local machine, and then you can start use it. So this is one of the useful command which you can use it to download the libraries which is not available in your local machine or in your Jupyter Notebook, right? I think that's all about this video, the usage of Jupyter Notebook. And if you like the video, you can subscribe the channel for more subsequent videos, and thank you.